Guten Morgen, gentlemen. Um, Last night the Britishers attacked into Western Arnhem. Um, our mission today is to hold this position with our very damaged Kampfgruppe Mohle. Mohle? Mohle. We've somehow held throughout the night despite intense pressure. We're the remnants of SS Pioneer Battalion 9, which managed to escape the Falaise pocket last month. Severely understrength Kampfgruppe, we've been resting and reorganizing to the northeast of Arnhem, and the Britishers dropped in 2 days ago. We quickly established the blocking positions near St. Elizabeth's Hospital. We were heavily engaged last night, beating off several attacks that seemed to come from all directions. This morning the Kampfgruppe was ordered to extend the encirclement to the thickly wooded hills of Brink. The ground is too hard to dig in, so we've extended an outpost line south of the Utrechtweg, which is down here by this row of houses. Our goal is to hold this edge and possibly the Utrechtweg. We can still hear heavy fighting from the previous battle. Enemy forces we encountered last night were all airborne troops. The morale is unbroken. But their morale is unbroken despite them having done absolutely nothing, really. Our Kampfgruppe is too weak to defend all of everything simultaneously, so we're going to use our forward screen to identify the enemy's main effort, and then move the rest of our platoon into position to destroy it, while trying to maintain a reserve. So, to facilitate this, first of all, here's the map. There are a few key landmarks. Here's the Den Brink. This road leads from Arnhem to Oosterbeek. Along this road is where the Britishers are reported to be moving. As you could see on the tactical map, they're here along this road. That's this road. So we can expect a Britisher attack to come from along here somewhere. We have Vorposten out here, or outposts. Not Vorposten. We have outposts down here, which are spread out along here. Hopefully they'll see the Britishers before anything happens. I've already given some orders to my men. These men are to scurry along over here, see if they can see down the road, see if they can see any British troops. We have a machine gun defending the cafeteria to prevent any Britishers from exiting to go reinforce Oosterbeek, and some target reference points in the the hard to see area of Utrechtweg, as it's covered by many trees. There's no way we'll ever get a spot, but I'm sure they'll try and cross it. I suspect the main British crossing will come up along here, down this road, and try and push through the center of these houses, where the trees will provide a good cover for them, along with the hedgerows. I say this because there are several gaps in the hedgerows. So my initial plan is to put little groups of squads along here, and as they try and enter here, we'll ambush them with machine guns and fall back rapidly to prepare defensive two defensive positions inside the woods, where our lack of troops will be less of a disadvantage due to the heavily decreased frontage, I believe it is, of each troop. I believe it's decreased. Could be increased. Either way, I know that we need less men, or increased frontage of each man. Go ahead and order these gentlemen to go here. This is less of a reserve. Our reserve is going to be basically 2nd Squad and the breach team, along with 1st Platoon headquarters, who I'll put more right about here. Meanwhile, 3rd Squad is defending here with the sniper team, and 2nd Platoon is forming the outpost line. Let's get underway. Also, I've installed Juju's UI mod because I believe it looks better. So we've got things like these gun pictures and stuff, and I uninstalled Sumter's UI unit markers because I didn't like them. So yeah, I'm still changing the game quite a bit. First British troops are spotted. Let's see. Oh, and I've gotten new skins for the British Airborne, so they don't look stupid. Who can see them? You can see them? Strange. Alright. Looks like they're doing their first push up here to get into the houses. Right. I'm going to slide along the back over to here. And we'll move B team over here so that they can respond rapidly. We'll leave those gents as scouts. But I do want the vast majority of my troops to be back in the woods. Looks like they're setting up along this hedgerow line. They could be rushing forward, actually. My guess is to go through these houses. Yeah, see, they're going straight through the hedgerow line. So if we set up right about there... yeah, we should be able to ambush them as they try and cross the street. See, they're gonna push through these. They're already pushing through here, so they're gonna come through that hole and come out through one of those two. It'll be very close range, but we'll have much better cover than them. Anyway, I want Desmond up there. The breach team up here. I want them to undeploy their weapon and move it to the side over there. It's possible we'll bring it around the flank later. But I believe this is enough to hold that area. I believe the main British effort will be coming up the center now. And I might start... put on a 5-minute delay. We'll hold this area for 5 minutes. So at 33 we have to be pulling back. Troop in their ambush positions. Facing the wrong way, but whatever, it's cool. British just seem to have more or less disappeared into the thing. I'm just gonna get down there and make sure that they see they're pointing the right way. Don't want them to give it away now. That should be enough movement. And because I suspect such of a place, that artillery is going to be coming very close to our troops. If there's no attack within the next 2 minutes, I'll call it off. And I'm going to have these men crawl up through the grass. They're moving up through the hedgerows. It's possible if they try and move forward enough, we can swoop in from the flank. over here and ambush them as they try and pass by through little gullies like that, or gully holes. I'm gonna go ahead and save this little outpost here, so we can move these men into here without fear of an enemy unit sneaking down this way. We're halfway to the artillery. Fast. They're moving hard for right here. Probably send 3rd Squad B team down. Down that way. These extra men here will be useful if we need to counterattack. We can strike this way. This is that machine gun. Yeah. This machine gun team is actually rather big for our squads. It's the size of about a normal half squad. And they have an MG42, so this is a decent sized squad. I don't know what I'll do with these gents. I know I'll keep them heavy reserve. I really do want to ambush these guys as they cross the street. I hope those guys can get there quick. Meanwhile, that artillery barrage should suppress most of the people there. And these guys should keep people from sneaking in too much. So they shouldn't be a concern coming around this flank. Just going to readjust the mission. I know it will take extra time, but... Oh, scheiße. And your target. Yeah. That should keep these guys from getting friendly fire, which would just be really demoralizing. Also, since there's no attack, there's very little point to have the barrage. Meanwhile, the troopmen are moving up. Someone shot. Oh. Hold up. So we made first contact. It's rather troubling that they found my ambush before it happened. These men are too close. No, there's no point rushing. Not now. Second squad will be our reinforcement squad. We'll fall back to this point. Which means with this machine gun set up facing that way. They have not fully wrapped around yet. I still think we have this man at disadvantage with our MG42. Who shot there? A lot of people started shooting. I think these guys shot at these guys. I just want to see this first because it's very minor. But no, that doesn't make any sense to have a target arc on them. Who's shooting at who? Are you guys shooting? How do you even see them? Alright, that's cool. Alright, nice. These guys can see into the rear. Meanwhile, it looks like Tommy here's managed to hide himself and get some suppressing fire going. Whoa, shit. Did they just destroy us with Fiat? Alright, I'm gonna focus the main concentration of my fire on there. Meanwhile, I want you to just book it. Still deploy that weapon, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Looks like their main push might be coming through these two. If I could focus fire here, really be helpful. Also, gonna clear this target, see if we can't pick off a few of the guys in the rear. Maybe convince them that their flanks aren't as secure as I thought. Keep them off a while we try and pull back a bit. This machine gun. I'm going to leave it where it is. Meanwhile, those guys need to just fucking run. They're just all dying. Feel free to shoot them, boys. Hey, someone hit him. Damn, that's a hell of a shot. I kind of just want to see it happen. Where is... Okay, so he's over there. Damn, Hans. You're one hell of a shot, man. I'm glad they gave you the G43. That's a heck of a shot. Perfect eyes and the perfect gun. These guys aren't doing too bad. I think I'll pull them back up to there, actually. And we'll just shoot right there. And we'll shoot till we can't shoot no more. Alright, now let's let the mortars do their job. Still gotta keep those guys in reserve. Nope. Go right there. Oh hell, that's not much of a difference. And we'll just scurry along the back. And we'll send you guys to secure the right over here. Okay, maybe I should let them crawl. Correction, I really should have let them crawl. So that squad's gone. That was stupid. Still, the mortars are landing mostly where I expected them to. I think they're still firing Piats at us. Okay, those are ours. I'm gonna let these guys tend to their mortars. Unless the leader tries to get over here. If you can do that, we will need to split this team. But at the same time, I'm also going to drag a third squad over here. They'll serve as my backup for the backup. Meanwhile, if I can get this sniper to a position where you can see down the road. You can kind of see down the road from here. Kinda. Well, actually, let's test that theory first. They're gonna cross somewhere around. Yeah, no, that's... never mind. Can't see. What if you moved right there? And no, that's also stupid. These guys are pinning them down somewhat. When they start to push up along here, I'll push these guys into this courtyard after the artillery is done. Or the mortar barrage, I suppose. I'll leave those guys around the flank. We'll try and let them push up the center of the woods and cut them off down the road. Meanwhile, we'll just hit them with mortars. I mean, they have to advance. That would have been a perfect place for... Here they come. Right on the road. They've already moved past the road. I'm going to center my barrage around here. We should be able to pin them right there. But meanwhile, these guys are all going to die. Alright, just fire. Just mission area target. Strike here. Like right there. God damn it. Right, so you need to get right over here. Okay, so let's see. So they're pushing up here. Hard. So we need a team in the way to distract them there. We'll push you guys in from the side this way. We need to get you guys over there. Meanwhile, I'm going to commit second squad over to this way. And since we can see down the road, apparently, I'm going to stick those guys there. Hopefully this will work. If they push any further than this, I'll pack up the machine gun and set it up right about here. Have a machine gun. Yeah, welcome to the forest. We have fun and games. What? Are you guys... They can see you? I need to shoot back at something. Also, the artillery is switching its shooting position. Which I really need it to do. Artillery fire, just mission. Area target. Strike target here. I can push this guy up to here. Meanwhile, all these guys in the back are dead. Which is great, because it means they'll have to assume that that flank is not secure. Which means I can sprint these guys out here. These guys over here, here, and then there. Form up a full squad and push up the back. The key part's going to be holding this thrust right here while we under thrust them. It's a weird way of saying it. But our MG42s... Well, it's set up and it's going to town, so I mean... It started to work. There is zero shortage of targets. Looks like they set up big bases of fire on top of their buildings right here. Yeah, and we're picking off the retreating troops. Let's just see. I think these guys managed to push up to right here. I'm curious if these guys made it out without a hitch. Alright. These guys all poured out the... Ooh, I did not know the door was back there. I thought it was in the front. That looks like a door. Right, so they booked it. So they made it. Good. How did your assault go? Pretty great, it looks. Punching away at trees to stop you. Son. Of course. You got shot immediately. Who shot him? That's a curiosity I'm curious about. Of course, it was the British paratrooper with an Enfield. Kill him, please. There's my favorite MG42 gunner. Yep, these guys aren't returning to the fight anytime soon. Oh, a Piat. Kill the Piat. Meanwhile, these gentle mortar barrages. Gentle mortar barrage, that's an interesting way of putting it. I think I'm going to keep that. Gently massage it. I'm going to leave my defense line here. Shuffle forward some extra men. There's 2 MG42s in that squad remnant. And have these guys crawl forward. Meanwhile, I need that MG42 to basically just pour the fire on. Oh, that's an even better shot. Yeah, that should go right into the midst of them there. That'll give me at least 2 good minutes of fire. And everyone here. Now you hold. You're doing just fine. Don't worry, no one knows where you are. You're not dead yet. If they knew where you were, you'd be dead. You know, these mortars seem to be giving the good effect of keeping their heads down. These guys seem to more or less have the place locked up. STG-44 will really give them a hand. Alright, once they're there, we'll shuffle along the front to right about there. Make sure we have a decent enough angle to cover this area, then we'll push up this way and quite possibly into one of the buildings. But that wouldn't engage us in a firefight over here. Don't know if we could win that firefight. Could sure as hell try, though. And this will be the last turn, then I'll call it. Oh, we're taking fire from there, are we? You missed! You got 1,000 rounds per minute, and you missed. How do you miss? He's right there. Who is he? Is he another brave British man with the Lee Enfield holding up the entire war? Might be Polish, to be honest. Not entirely sure. I want to see his gun. Where is he, anyway? No, he's right there. Okay, well, at least it's a Sten. At least he deserves to be here. I'm not firing mortars that. Okay, so maybe they know where you are. But just a little bit, only very gently. That had to do something to someone. I'm very sure I just heard a man scream in extreme pain. So this forest is going about like I thought it would. Hellishly. No one truly knows where anyone is, and everyone's getting shot. So, all in all, it seems like the plan's working. Snipers over here. Probably throw this guy up here and get some good shots off. It's not like he's doing much, and we don't exactly need him for anything else. So let's be expendable. And that should run up, get us some decent frontage. Right. Yeah, I figured I couldn't assault with that few. So at the end of the first episode, it seems we've formed a bit of a pocket here. We have a very loose pocket on all flanks, but this forest is really serving to bog them down, where our mortars just kind of drop in and say hello. That was horrible. I'm sorry. Only half ammunition on the mortars, too. You have to do real well to keep them pinned down. Meanwhile, this flank's being held up by this flanking force right here. If I could get them inside this little crevice. There we go. Should put it in a perfect position to sort of rake the end of this flank. Let's see how they do actually from that place. I'm sure they'll find a way. Maybe if I put them over here. Hell, whatever. For what I can see, it looks like a lot of them are pinned down by both the combined mortar fire and the MG-42 going apeshit crazy on their ass. I think I'll Leave him of his firing duties for the time being. Just, really have the, yeah, we do have the ammunition. I just don't want to get spotted that quickly. Meanwhile, those guys are exhausted, but they need to crawl so they don't get shot going around the stupid thing. But most of my men are only wounded. Severely wounded, they're going home, but at least they're not dead. For the most part. These guys are very dead. And so are the guys who got hit with a Piat also, I believe. Yeah, most of them are also very dead. That guy most likely will not survive. Anyway, see you all in the next video. Later, gents.